Starting off, my garden tour wouldn't be complete without my little girl in the drain pipe. So that is Ariadne clock. She's actually a replacement for my first Ariadne clock, if you know the Borrower's books. Ariadne clock is the little girl that lived in a drain pipe. So here we have a little garden bed over here. Some annuals, some perennials, some salvias. And then here's I love this garden bed. It's a little wild, but that's what I love. I love kind of like a wild garden. Something that, maybe is overplanted. Some lilies that are going to be blooming any day now, maybe even by the end of today. And then another one of my sun patiens that is now blooming so beautifully, and this plant is doing fantastically. The columbines have mostly bloomed out for the year. Now they're going to go to seed. I will probably take those seeds and sprinkle them throughout my garden just in case any volunteers decide to come and hang out. And then a spiderwort, and I forget this one's name. This one has a purple and blue flower that has already bloomed out for the year, but it's still beautiful. Over there I have a little fairy that's hanging out. More lilies. I forget the name of this one, but I love it. So now walking into this garden bed, this is the English garden. This would have been the ladies' garden of Mustard Manor, where she would have grown like some cabbages and some root vegetables to help in the kitchens, just to kind of keep herself busy. But I have turned it into, instead of an English garden, instead of a ladies' garden, where I plant vegetables, I have what I call my English garden. And so it's taken care of by the little fairies of the garden. But I have this giant daisy. I'm hoping it blooms this year. I'm not sure why it always just stays green. If he doesn't bloom this year, he's probably going to get dug up and planted elsewhere. But my alliums, later on this year, I'm going to harvest those, and I'm going to spray paint them, give them as little magic wands to kids after the seeds come out of them. Some dianthus. Another coneflower. Coneflowers, it's only May. You shouldn't be blooming this much. These bright orange lilies, daylilies, dianthus. These are my perennial hibiscus. They are growing like crazy. Another thing growing like crazy is this mountain daisy. I have some things underneath that I probably need to rehome them. They're not going to get enough sun. So I have these guys. I know that these are a weed, but I kind of like them. But I'll probably pull them up in a few days. But this whole bed is pretty much coneflowers. So imagine in a couple weeks I'm going to have these huge coneflowers. I think this is called a bearded tongue. I could be wrong, but I kind of love it. And then my rose that has, I don't know how many roses this year, but it is definitely showing itself off. I have a couple volunteer hibiscus, perennial hibiscus. I do need to dig these up. I will be finding a new home for them. But they are growing all on their own from the different seeds. I did not plant these. They are right along my pathway. This pathway has been here for a very long time, and I don't want it to be dislodged by plants. So I know this one is my red hibiscus. Over here in the corner, I have various other plants. Some of them, names I know, some of them I do not. I love these guys. These little purpley guys. This is a giant hydrangea. This one gets pink and white hydrangea flowers. Then I have my fig tree that I just planted this year. So it'll be a little bit of a lady's garden because there will be at least one tree growing in here for the home. Lots of other different kinds of plants that I'm loving. Lots of lilies. Lilies are my favorite. I love this one. Orange and red. Oh, it's so beautiful.